Hi everyone, another watch to unbox today. This is the SPB083 and it came out as a result of the 50th anniversary of the 6159, which was the 300 meter water resist diver that Seiko created in 1968. This followed the 62 MAS that was produced in 1955, or 65, I'm sorry. And I've been looking at this watch for a while, interested in getting it, so I decided that I would. If anybody is interested, there is some excellent descriptions of how this reinterpretation, as they call it, came about. This is on the Seiko Lux site, and it just goes through sort of the progressions and the modern versions of that watch, and then also on Seiko's own website, there's a very nice sort of summary that includes photos of the original 6159. There it is right there. And also the SLA re-release limited edition. Of course, this is the, sorry, I should have mentioned, this is the sort of the precursor to the Marine Master, and then the SPB083, which is in here, was the modern reinterpretation of that, the Marine Master 200, or the Marine Master the baby Marine Master, as some people call it. So anyway, I might include these links in the description of the video in case somebody wants to take a look at it. So as I mentioned, this is the SPB083, and that is this guy right here. All right. I have, there was some incredible packaging done. I got this from Halifax Watch, one of the major Seiko dealers in Canada, shipped to me, and like serious wrapping on it. So I did some cutting previously just to save us some time. So anyway, let's take a look. This is a large box, I have to say. More tape there. Get out my handy, trusty, yellow-handled scissors. Shout out to the fellow who previously commented on one of my other videos about the fact that I wasn't using a heavy-duty, like hunting knife of some sort, detracted from my masculinity, so I figured I would drop down to these very manly, yellow-handled scissors. I hope these aren't triggering for him, but there you go. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is nice. This is a very nice box. Thank you for your purchase from the Halifax Watch family. The invoice right there. So I dealt with a fellow named Josh. I believe he's the manager or the owner. And I asked him if he could give me the best price that he could, and he did. And that was very nice of him. And, wow, there's some additional stuff in here. What is this? This is something that is also packaged well. This is more unboxing than I anticipated. Look at that. A nice mug. Halifax Watch Company. That is, it's very impressive. I did not expect that. Thank you, Josh. Anyway, here is the watch itself. This is a special edition, I believe, so it does come in some fancier packaging than the normally simple nondescript white Seiko box. Seiko Prospex. And let's see if we can slide this out carefully without wrecking the box. Quite tight, I have to say. There we go. Oh boy. All right, here we are. Nice Seiko top or inside there. Standard manuals. Caliber 6R15, 50-hour power reserve. Sprawn mainspring. And then here we are. Ooh, very nice. Here is the watch. Nicely wrapped, nicely tagged. So you can see SPB083J1, caliber 6R15. Just a normal Seiko tag. And some of you may know, special edition comes with an extra blue silicone strap. I actually have also ordered the Seiko tire rubber strap, tire in quotes, that comes on the SPB147, I believe, which is one of the 62 MAS re-editions with the gold gilt numerals and markers. It's a rubber strap that I think will also look pretty good on this. So anyway, let's take this out. One of the things that drew me to this watch is, so I'm wearing the Seiko Sumo. I love this case shape. It's similar to the 6159 case design on this watch. This one is even a little slimmer, I think. It's definitely a little bit smaller. It's a 45 case diameter, but I believe it's only a 50 millimeter lug to lug, whereas the Sumo is a 52 millimeter lug to lug. So I love the case design on this watch. I love this watch. Fits great, really sits on the wrist very well. So this one is a little bit smaller, and I love the blue dial because I also love my Seiko Sumo Dark Manta Ray. And so this, to me, is a little bit of a combination of these two. So it's got the beautiful blue dial, but the case style of the Sumo in this package right here. And that dial is fantastic. Really, really nice. Check the bezel. The elusive bezel alignment test. I have a feeling it's off slightly. That's a little bit too far. I think it's going to be off just a little bit the other way. Some of my divers, Seiko divers, I've gotten lucky. Some I have not. It's pretty close, but you can see it's not perfect. And I'm fine with that. I don't really, it's pretty good, actually. That's decent. Doesn't make me crazy like for some people. I understand that it does for some people, and that's totally fine, but for me, it doesn't make me crazy. So anyway, this is very nice. Let's pop it on. Obviously not sized. Oh, that is nice. It is slightly smaller than the Sumo. Has those same curved lugs though, so it hugs the wrist in very much the same way. It's lighter than the Sumo. So all around, this is a little bit smaller of a watch. A bit smaller wrist presence, as you can see, but really takes from that same case design, and which both of them obviously take from the design of the 6159 and the Marine Master. So this is very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, I'm going to pause this, get the bracelet size, and then come back and show you some proper wrist shots. Okay, so we are back. I've sized the bracelet, and I've also got my Sumo and my Samurai here. I thought we'd just do a bit of a comparison so you could see them next to each other. Here's the Samurai next to the Marine Master 200, SPB083. You can see Samurai is bigger, obviously, bigger presence. The chunky case, which is great, but a nice slim profile on the deep blue sea, the deep blue hole, which is another name for this watch. And then next to the Sumo, A lot more similarities there, particularly with the case design. You know, similar shoulders, similar lugs on the case, but sharper edges on the bottom of the lugs. This is really squared off. I don't know if you can see on the Sumo how it's squared off like that. On the Marine Master 200, it's a little bit more soft on the edge. On the mid case on the side, you have a polished separate bezel here. Not bezel, bevel, I mean, on the edge. And this is just, you know, polished on the top end and lower half of the case. So a little bit of a difference there. I don't know if you can see that here on the Sumo. The difference on the SPB083. But a lot more similarities, obviously, between these two watches. So, put this on the wrist. Got it to fit quite well on the bracelet. There we go. Again, it's a 45 millimeter case size, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I believe that's correct. With around a 50 millimeter lug to lug. Like, those are big watch specs on paper, but you can see it does not wear as large as you would think it would. It's incredibly comfortable and really sits well on the wrist. I have between a 6.75 inch and 7-inch wrist, depending on the day, depending on the temperature. I do have a pretty wide wrist, though, I think, and you know, larger this way than this way, if you will. So that helps with larger case sizes. But as you can see, it fits very, very well. And that dial is spectacular. And I like the hands. A lot of people don't like the hands. I have no problem with them at all. It's a modern reinterpretation of the 6159. It's not a straight reissue, so I'm fine with it having different hands, and I think it looks fantastic. Okay, thanks very much. Bit of a longer video. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Jack and Pete, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.